Chapter 29. My parents finally stop hovering, and me and my friends go to my room. Bruh, shut the door. Wes asks as we walk in my room. I do, and he steps face to face close with Dan. They look in each other's eyes, and without using words, they say a whole lot to each other. Finally, Wes speaks. You know who I'm thinking about. Chad, Dan says. Wes nods. And you know what I'm thinking. Dan answers. It was his idea. He got Andy to throw whatever at Stefan. Facts. Andy was missing. But why? Dan asks. Why Stefan? Because he couldn't do it to me. He likes hurting us. My mind goes to when Wes told me Chad kept hurting him in hands. Wes's voice goes so low and forceful that I feel his words more than my bloody pounding forehead. Bruh, me and my friends are getting Chad back. Him and his boys' faces are gonna be worse than Stefan's. Dan stays quiet. You can't, I tell Wes. Have to, Wes says. If we don't get even, what's next? Other people think they could hurt you too? Or they trap some other black kid in the future? Nah. I trace the bloody letters of what Lane on my bracelet. I think of Lane's. Wes, going there and beating him up will do what? Make it stop from happening again. I look at Wes. Yo. His face. He reminds me of how my dad looked when we watched the Tamir Rice video and I thought my dad might break his laptop in two with his bare hands. This also reminds me of things me and my dad spoke about. I look at Dan. I need you to handle Chad. Dan puffs up, clenches his hands, and holds his fists up so awkward. Okay, I'll get Chad and punch his face. Me and Wes bust out laughing. Wes snort chuckles. Dan, you don't really hold up your hands that way to fight, right? I laugh harder. How? I slap my hand to the knot between my eyes because laughing that hard made it hurt, but smacking it hurt me more. Wes asks Dan what I wonder. So, you gonna beat up your own cousin? Dan puts his fists down. Who am I kidding? I've never been in a fight. Just slapbox with Stefan. Dan, you got me wrong. When I say handle him, I don't mean with your fists. How then? Dan asks me. Tell Chad you know what he did and why. And he better fix it, or I don't know what. You just gotta talk with him. Wes is still amped. No disrespect, Stefan, but that kumbaya talk to Chad crap is soft. You think it'll change him? You know what'll change him? If we stomp on him. If he gets a foot in his... Then what? I interrupt Wes. Why'd you say we couldn't slapbox near the comic store? He eyes Dan. His expression says he doesn't want to say in front of him. You know why? Exactly. It's what we spoke about in the advisory, which is why it'd be better if you don't ride that lane. People think that's our lane, that we're violent or trouble. I turn to Dan. You know how that white couple almost called the cops on me when we slapbox? Dan nods. And how Junior barked on me like I was a criminal and knew the bike thief? Or that man in the supermarket's bakery? Yeah, all that was messed up. So picture Wes and his friends getting caught beating up Chad and two white boys, I say. What do you think will happen? You're right. And Chad, getting beat up by Wes won't change how he thinks. It'll probably make him angrier toward us. True. Dan breathes out hard. Oof. I've been thinking a lot about how messed up Chad is. Me and my parents saw what happened in Charlottesville with white supremacists and how one of them actually drove into a crowd of protesters and killed someone. When I saw your bloody face, it made me scared of what Chad could do. Bruh, you think he could do something like that driver in the future? I nod. If Chad keeps riding this lane, who knows? Okay, Dan says, my family has to do something about him. I'll start by talking to them now. Dan lifts up his fist, and this time it's to fist bump Wes. Wes bumps him back. Yeah, and tell Chad, if he doesn't try fixing this, I'll fix his face.